Welcome to Cereal at Midnight. My name is Heath, and together you and I will take down those who charge too much for used DVDs and Blu-rays. We will laugh at them together. Ha 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 ha! We will battle them with our index fingers, just like this.
What's up, guys? So that's how I combat not having a microphone in the car. This is a new thrift store that I've never been to before. It's a local kind of a thrift store chain, but that particular location was new. So this is the first time I've ever laid eyes on these movies, these DVDs, and these... well, there are no Blu-rays, but the DVDs and the VHS tapes. So let's take a look at what we've got here. A lot of common stuff like Waiting, Michael Clayton, Mixed Nuts. Nothing really that you don't see everywhere, anywhere and everywhere. You look at like old used DVDs. This is stuff that nobody wants. Looks like a copy of Charlie's Angels, Office Space. One day people will build houses out of used copies of Office Space. But I thought this was interesting. Look, they have two copies of Laserhawk, which is an old Mark Hamill movie. I don't even know when it's from. It looks like early 90s. I did not pick it up because it was $2, which I think was probably $1 more than the retail price. And check this out. They have a sealed copy of Batman Forever. I've actually softened on Batman Forever over the years. I used to think it was terrible, but now I kind of like it. This is the really confusing thing at this thrift store. Check this out. So we've got a $50 price tag on Dances with Wolves, the VHS Collector's Edition. What's up with that? It's two VHS tapes. Why do they think this is worth $50? Did they price this on the internet and they think that's what it's worth? I don't know. Alright guys, we are back in the movie dungeon. That was a decent thrift store haul. That was not a fantastic thrift store haul. I picked up 4 items. That's pretty good. I can't complain. You'll see what I got, and you'll be like, wow, that's a really good deal. The place had great prices. They were just trying to get the stuff in and get the stuff out. They didn't have a huge selection of stuff that's not very common. A lot of very common discs. But I'm definitely going to have to add this to my thrift store rotation and check the store out from time to time. So of the 4 items that I picked up, and by the way, 4 items is kind of low for a thrift store video, so I'm going to supplement this with other thrift store DVDs that I've picked up earlier in the week. So we'll cover those as soon as we get through these. But number 1, I picked up Bubba Hotep, the Bruce Campbell, Ossie Davis movie, directed by Don Coscarelli. This is a movie that I've been meaning to add to my collection on Blu-ray. I try not to buy DVDs of things that I know I want the Blu-ray for. But I was looking at the DVD, I was like, oh, it's $2 for Bubba Hotep. I don't own it. I think I did at one point, and I've traded it. It's foolishly traded it away. But I was like, I don't own it, and I'd like to. I want this Blu-ray, but I'm looking at a $2 DVD versus a $20, $25 Blu-ray from Scream Factory, I think. And I was like, you know what? For now, I'm okay with just having the DVD. And so now, later down the road, if I want to upgrade, I totally can. But I like this movie. I just don't know if I like it enough to drop $20 or $25 on it. But I don't know. Time will tell. I haven't seen it in a long time. So maybe I'll watch it and I'll be like, oh, I totally need to upgrade on that. But probably not. I don't know. It's got the booklet is still inside the case. It's in great shape. Disc looks good. Whoever had this took really good care of it. They probably upgraded to the Blu-ray and then donated this to the thrift store. This is really cool, you guys. Item number 2. If you've seen my U.S. Space and Rocket Center, you know that I'm a sucker for Space Camp, the Space and Rocket Center, all the space travel stuff. Hey, this is total coincidence. I did not plan this. Obviously, this shirt, Space and Rocket Center, NASA, all that stuff. I picked up the Space Camp 25th Anniversary Commemorative DVD. This is from 2007, and it says, take this fun-filled guide with you to camp. So this was designed to celebrate the legacy of Space Camp on its 25th anniversary in 2007, and to get kids excited about going to Space Camp. You take this DVD with you to Space Camp. It's got this little booklet inside. I love a booklet. And it's got activities and stuff in here, and then it's got this, you can take notes in here, and then it's got this section here where it's celebrity highlights. So now I know that the Olsen twins went to Space Camp. Tom Hanks, his son, attended Space Camp, so I guess we're talking about Colin Hanks maybe. Bruce Springsteen sent 12 of his kids to Space Camp. Who else? Charlize Theron, the Atomic Blonde, has a parent. It says parent slash child. Oh, okay, so she did the parent slash child Space Camp with her kid. Denzel Washington. So that's kind of cool, right? And then it's got like activities, just like a maze and stuff, like a space camp maze. But for $2, you guys, I was like, the commemorative space camp DVD for $2? Yes, please. So that's a unique little addition to the DVD collection that you can't just go get anywhere. Now here are the real deals as far as I'm concerned. They had a very shiny copy of Reno 911, the complete first season. Look, you guys. Does that show up? $1.99 for the 2-disc set, first season. $1.99. I think you can get this new for pretty cheap, like sub $10. I think it's like $6.99, $7.57, like $6 or $7 on Amazon. But $2. Again, this is one I've been meaning to add the complete series to my collection, and I just haven't yet. There's so many things that I mean to add to my collection, but I'm a bargain hunter, right? So I hold out for things like this, and now maybe I'll find the other seasons at other thrift stores. But it's in really good condition. It's got, everything that you're supposed to have with it. The discs are immaculate. Whoever had this set either was very careful with it or they didn't watch it very often. Either way, I feel like I won on that one. And then another one that's also a really great deal. I picked up the first season of 30 Rock for $1.99. This is a show that I like. I don't love this show. If I loved it, I would probably have the complete series on DVD. I have none of them on DVD. And at the thrift store that I went to last time where I actually filmed, they have this set for $4, and the discs are kind of scratched up. It's not bad. It's passable. Very good condition, probably. But this is like new. I mean, these discs look fantastic. These are probably from the same collector, the same collection. So $1.99 was just the right price for this. That's a great example of what you can find at thrift stores. So that was what I found today. Otherwise, I will show you some stuff that I've picked up earlier throughout the week. I picked up this biography of Johnny Cash. It says that it was $2.99, but it was actually $1.50 when I checked out. This thing is still sealed. It has not been opened. It's still in the cellophane. It's still sealed. I feel like $1.50 for a DVD documentary of Johnny Cash, who I'm a big fan of. That's fantastic. And I haven't opened it yet, but I'm excited about it. I picked up this Discovery DVD Classics, 7 Wonders of the World, Wild West. Limited information on this thing. I was trying to figure out what it is. Of course, I haven't watched any of this stuff. And by the way, if you're watching this video and you're like, why are you buying more thrift store DVDs when you haven't done reviews on the last set of stuff that you bought from the thrift store? Yeah, that's it. I haven't watched any of it. I was in Disney for like most of the last week, and then I came back from Disney and I went straight back into my full-time work schedule. There's been no time to watch movies, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to stop hunting for movies, because it's all about the hunt. So I haven't watched this. I don't know much about this, but it looks really cool. I'm a big Western fan, and this seems like a really cool DVD. It's like 14 seminal locations of the West. So it's got like Devil's Tower on the front. So I'll check it out and I'll see if it's any cool, if it's any good. I bet it'll be decent. I miss the Discovery Channel documentaries like that, when it wasn't all about like chasing Bigfoot and stuff like that. When you could actually turn on a Discovery Channel show or a History Channel show and you could learn some stuff. I kind of miss those days. This was really cool. Spider-Man: The Ultimate Villains Showdown. They have still not put the complete series of Spider-Man, the animated series, out on DVD. I don't know why. This thing is not in super great shape, but it was under $2, so I grabbed it. It's got 4 episodes from the classic Spider-Man. Say the classic, from the 90s Spider-Man series. And then it's got a bonus episode, 1967 classic episode, The Origins of Spider-Man, with the introduction by creator Stan Lee. And we just lost Steve Ditko as of the filming of this video. Steve Ditko, the co-creator of Spider-Man, just passed away. So I kind of wish that they'd said with introduction by co-creator Stan Lee. But I understand that that's going to be an issue probably for a long time. But Stan Lee did just co-create Spider-Man. So this is really cool. Again, this has the whatever you would call this little card, this slip with the episodes and stuff on it. Picked up this Scooby-Doo movie, Scooby-Doo and the Goblin King original movie. This came from Blockbuster, So that's kind of cool. I used to take, if I found a DVD like this with Blockbuster markings on it, I used to take this off. Now that Blockbuster's gone, it kind of seems like a little bit of history. So I'm going to preserve it by leaving the tag on it. I haven't seen this movie before, but I'm always in for a Scooby-Doo movie. It looks pretty cool. It's got, let's see, it's a 75-minute movie. It's got like a headless horseman on the back of it. So if it's half as cool as the cover looks, that'd be awesome. And then here, it's got like this is kind of torn on it, but if you look under there, you see Daphne and Velma doing a little Halloween cosplay. Looks pretty cool. So I'm excited to check it out. This one, I don't even know how to intro it, so I'll just say Beverly Hills Ninja. Chris Farley, I believe, made a few very funny movies. I think Tommy Boy is a classic. Black Sheep, probably not. And from there, okay, so maybe Chris Farley made one really funny movie. Beverly Hills Ninja is okay, and I did not have it, and I ran across it at the thrift store, and I was like, well, now is the time. It's not on Blu-ray. This is the only edition of this movie that has ever been released, as far as I know. So I picked it up. It's an old school flipper disc, so it is what it is. Maybe this thing will get some love and some legitimacy down the road. Maybe some boutique label can pick up Beverly Hills Ninja. I guess we need better than a DVD, flipper DVD. I don't know. Here's one. I have this is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4-movie collection. It just says movie collection, but it's all 4 movies. I have all these on Blu-ray, but there was just something, it was $2. So it's 1, 2, 3, and then the TMNT movie, the animated movie, and it just made me sad seeing these movies sitting there. 4 movies for $2, 50 cents a movie. So I was like, you know what? If for no other reason, I want to add it to the collection because it's got this cool, slightly creepy cover to it. There's nothing other than the cool cover about it, but I don't know, it might be kind of nice just to have $2. There's sometimes you go to a thrift store and you almost feel like you're rescuing something. Now there's an argument to be made that by picking this up, I stopped someone else from getting it who might have really wanted to see these movies. That is true. It's a moral crisis, and I chose to pick it up because I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Wasn't allowed to watch the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when I was a kid, and so now as an adult, when I see something like this, I'm like, ooh, green, shiny, gimme, and I can't help myself. I bought it. On a similar vein, I picked up these 2 Hannah Montana collections. The Hannah Montana used to be all the rage in this house when my daughter was a little bit younger, and we had some of the DVDs, but we didn't have all of them. Now, as far as I know, these things are going out of print because Miley Cyrus has gotten older. It came in like a wrecking ball, and the stuff that she's doing now, I think that she's distancing herself from Disney. I think Disney's perfectly okay with distancing themselves from her, and these DVDs are kind of becoming, as far as I know, obscure. They never came out. I believe they released the 1st and the 4th season entirely on Blu-ray in America, but we never got the whole series on, I'm sorry, not Blu-ray, on DVD, but we never got the whole series on DVD. So we may import these from some, like England has their own sets. I think Germany or Poland, one of them has their own Hannah Montana sets. So at some point, we might import them just because it's that little bit of Disney history, the humble beginnings of Miley Cyrus. But I'll tell you what was cool is that I've taken them out now, but inside each DVD was a slip with the Disney movie rewards points on them. I collect those points, and I'm saving them for something very big in the end. I'll go ahead and tell you, like, for like 1,200 points, I'm sorry, like 12,000 points, and maybe even more than that now, but you can get a tour of the Hollywood studios in California, of the Disney, like the Disney animation studios, the studio. You can go on a tour that you can only get by redeeming your points. It's like one of the top level rewards, and I'm saving my points for that. And so anytime I get a chance to run across extra Disney movie rewards points, I grab them. And both of these DVDs had the points inside. Finally, this is the last thing I picked up at a thrift store this week. I picked up a copy of Her on Blu-ray. Joaquin Phoenix. This is a Spike Jonze movie. Scarlett Johansson. It's the movie where the guy like falls in love with his phone. I never really thought about adding this to my collection, but it was $2. And I was like, well, $2, I'll pick it up. And it still had the ultraviolet redemption code inside, so I got the movie for $2 and I got the digital copy along with it. So a pretty good thrift store week for me. If you add the 4 things that I found today, 30 Rock and Reno 911 being the real gems of the haul from what I think. But I want to thank you for watching this video. If you've had any thrift store hauls, I would love to hear about them. Head over to cerealatmidnight.com. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. But most importantly, I just appreciate you being a part of the community. I appreciate you interacting. I appreciate the feedback. So guys, thank you for being awesome. I appreciate it. And I will catch you later.